Previously on the Data Factory.
The basics of database and SQL Server. Types of databases. Let's have a look inside a typical SQL Server. So with that, the installation is complete. The server name that we create on Azure is essentially appended at the end with .database.windows.net. That was it. Similarly, databases, so TCL or transaction control language, and the file type is MDF, also referred to as the primary data file. Select the top 1000 rows. Okay. We right click the particular instance on which we wish to execute the query. So these are the list of databases that is there within the instance. Okay. Now let's create a database. Just a moment. Let me bring the keyboard in front of me. Create database, product database 2. Okay, right. So whenever the query is executed successfully, we get this message: commands completed successfully. Okay, and herein, if I refresh and we expand the database, we see a product database 2 is created for us. Right now, whatever work we are going to do, whether creating new table and inserting data into the table, we will do it from within this new database that we have just created. Currently, the product database is selected. If you see here, product database, right? And also down here to the right, you see product database, but we need to use the new database that we have just created. We select this query and we do F5. Okay, this is changed to product. Now we are inside product database 2. Now let's just create a table using SQL command. Let me copy the query from what I had already written. So we create table TBL sales 2. So this is your syntax. Let me also mention the syntax here. So this is the syntax for creating any new table, right? It's create table, table name, column 1, okay, name, data type, column 2 name, data type, column 3 name, data type, and max up to 1024 columns. And herein you see we are creating a table named TBL sales 2. Okay, we could have the in fact the same table name, since this is a different database. Okay, along with so this particular table will have these columns. Okay, so it will be product ID, product name, product type, customer 1, product price. Okay, herein what I've done is, since I had the liberty of I had anyways I had to write out the query, so I've mentioned what are the type of data that we are expecting in all these columns. So let us just select and run it. If you see, let's move into product database 2 and tables. We see dbo.tbl sales 2 is created for us. Now let's select all the data. Okay, so star essentially stands for give me all the columns that is there within this table. When you hover the cursor over star, you'll get to see what are the columns are there. I mean, whatever columns are there within the table, you'll be able to see it. There are no data. Let us just insert few data over here in this TBL sales 2 table. Okay, so this is the syntax for inserting data into a table, right? So if you see here, we use insert into, this is the keyword, the table name and values. Okay, the values are 0, 1, mouse, peripheral, wiki, 999, and we can select this and just run it. So one row has been inserted. If we select star from TBL sales 2, we see one row is inserted into the table. So if we wish to run multiple queries, we can select these queries and do an F5. You see 2 rows are affected. These 2 rows are nothing but the 2 new rows that we have just inserted within the TBL sales 2 table, right? Also note that the single quotes are mandatory for alphabets or symbols and optional for digits. When I say optional for digits, even if I had this, it will still be taken into the table as a digit, because if you see, the product price is an integer, right? Now if I do a TBL sales to if I query this particular table, we see that okay, fine, 999 is an integer. So essentially your single quotes are essential for anything that is alphabet or symbols, right? It's optional for digits. Then the last thing that we can cover before closing this particular session is how do we save the query and reuse, right? So from within the file menu, if you see, we have the save option, right? We have save SQL query 3.sql as. Okay, so note the extension is .sql. Now let us save it. Where do I save it? Let us save it in documents. Okay, so SQL1.sql. Okay, I've saved it. Now for us to reuse this particular .sql file, what we can do is we can let's first close this out. We can come to file, we can open, let's do a file from here. We saved it in documents. Let's sort by date, modified, SQL1. Perfect. So this is the SQL1 file that we had saved and it's ready for us to reuse. Okay, great. Now what are we going to cover in the next episode? Let me just make myself visible over here. Okay, so in the next episode, what we will do is we will cover more on DDL statements, more on DML statements, and the select query. Thanks for watching till the end. Hope this video was helpful, relevant, and if it was, please don't forget to, I'm not asking for subscribing or liking. Definitely that's a byproduct of whatever value you are getting from watching this particular tutorial. But yeah, please make sure to jump on to the next session whenever it is available. It will be helpful. Cheers, and do practice. Have a nice remaining day ahead. Bye.